Ready, get set, because it's time to go with the It's 420 Somewhere podcast. With your host with the most, the man voted most likely to smoke out with a Yeti, Mr. Brian Brown. Mr. Brian Brown. Now sit back and relax, because it's time to go live across the world. Because it's 420 Somewhere.
Hey, what's up, guys? How's everyone doing? I am still roaming around in the back rooms, guys. I don't know what happened. I'm lost, but we're having a good time anyway, guys. It is True Crime Thursday, and you know, no matter what, I had to hit up my 420. That's right, guys. Thank you for joining us. What this is, what you stumbled into, is a little glitchiness, but hey, it all good. What this is, guys, is the wildest 420 countdown show you've ever come across. We're talking True Crime Thursday like today, guys. Today is the history day, guys. Today is the day that the OK Corral, the shootout at the OK Corral, Doc Holliday, Wyatt Earp, all the guys got into it, guys, and we're going to deep dive. We have a whole show dedicated to the shootout at at the OK Corral, guys. We got our buddy Chef Bud Smoke coming in, guys. We got Aurora Hayes coming in with her little bit of knowledge nugget on the OK Corral, and then we're gonna do a deep dive, guys. Was Wyatt Earp and Doc Holliday, were they criminals? Did they break the law by killing the three cowboys? We're going to find out, guys. We're going to deep dive, and we're going to make a decision as the Daily Dank. And I'm telling you, I'll go get Doc Holliday myself if he's guilty, guys. We're having a good time, guys. It's going to be a great show. I'm excited. Got a lot of stuff to get into. Let's get first into with Aurora Hayes, guys. This is a new segment called History for Stoners, guys. So this is history, but with a little stoner knowledge nugget in there. This is to cater to all of us, guys, all the good times. So we're going to get into a live with the Cowboys and the Wyatt Earp. Let's talk the shootout at the OK Corral, and then we're going to get into the deep dive right after this, guys. So give it up for a race, guys.
In the 1940s when the jazz was fine, we had our mind set on a golden high. With Aurora Hayes we danced through the haze, imagined adventures that would forever amaze. Oh, Aurora Hayes, light up our days, spark those cannabis dreams in a magical ways. With every puff our spirits would rise to limitless heights under starry skies. Oh, Aurora Hayes, light up our days.
Hi there, Danksters. Aurora Hayes here, your host for this stony adventure we're about to embark on. Welcome to A Stoner's Guide to History from thedailydank.com. This is no ordinary history lesson. We explore the lesser-known, often hilarious, and occasionally profound intersections between cannabis culture and the course of human history. Just imagine, the Wild West, high noon, a standoff at the local saloon, but our cowboy protagonist pulls out a joint instead of a gun. Sounds crazy, right? But that's exactly the kind of tales we're here to unfold. Today we're delving into a real high-stakes story from the era of gunslinging cowboys and lawless towns. So sit back, relax, and let's light up the past with the famed shooting at the OK Corral. Immerse yourself in the event of the OK Corral gunfight, the most celebrated skirmish in the Wild West. Now envision yourself there soaring in a hazy cloud of smoke. Have you ever considered experiencing history through a haze of smoke? Well, fasten your seatbelts, amigos, and let's embark on this historical voyage. Paint this picture in your mind. Tombstone, Arizona, on October 26, 1881. It's a bright, sunny afternoon, and you're kicking back, leisurely enjoying your peace pipe, when out of the blue, the Earp brothers and Doc Holliday stroll into town. Tensions had been brewing for quite some time between these lawmen and a band of outlaws known as the Cowboys. Denied a chance to serve as lawmen, the Cowboys had often found themselves at odds with the Earps and Holliday. The air was thick with suspense. You could slice it with a blade, or perhaps a blunt in our case. As the Earps and Holliday head towards the OK Corral, you sense things are about to escalate. It's like when you glimpse the end of your stash. You're aware things are about to get intense. On that fateful day, the confrontation lasted only 30 seconds. But in that half a minute, 30 shots rang out and 3 cowboys met their maker. Can you envision witnessing that from your lofty perch? Quite the ride, isn't it? In the aftermath, the Earps and Holliday were initially indicted with murder. It was a controversial move that ignited public outrage, yet they were later acquitted. The jury's decision? Self-defense. Intriguing, right? The OK Corral gunfight marked a significant turning point. The aftermath saw the Cowboys lose their influence, and the Wild West began a process of taming. So the next time you're in a face-off, remember, it's not about who's quickest on the draw, it's about who's got the most intriguing stash. Alright folks, let's round off this history lesson with some notable highlights. The OK Corral gunfight, a hailstorm of bullets in the Wild West, was more than just a cloud of gunsmoke. It was a significant event that has been etched into the annals of history. This pivotal gunfight involved some of the most renowned figures of the Wild West, like Wyatt Earp and Doc Holliday, and it represented the epitome of lawlessness and frontier justice of that era. Now let's draw a parallel with our Stoner in the Wild West story. Just imagine being thrust into the middle of such an intense situation while being high. Now that's some historically high drama, isn't it? So as we extinguish this tale, remember that history is not just about raw data and statistics, it's about the experiences. And sometimes, like the smoke from a gunfight, those experiences are just a little bit hazy. Well, until next time, Danksters, remember to just keep smoking and keep it positive.
All right, Danksters, how's everyone doing? All right, guys, it's almost 4:20. We got about a minute. What I'm getting into is some boutique French toast, guys. When you're in the back rooms, you got to be incognito. Just like that, guys. Whatever you're getting into, blow up those comments. Let me know, guys. We got 40 people in here. Let a big thumbs up, guys. But whatever you keep positivity flowing, guys. I want you to inhale that positivity, exhale that negativity, guys, because it's 420. It's our time. It's our time to get down, our time to relax. It's your time for peace of mind. guys. So let's get into it. And boom, just like that, it was 420, guys. How was yours? How getting into? I want to talk about this boat, guys. This is a disposable. Really like about, hey Charlie, how's it going, buddy? How you doing? What I really like is the rechargeable. The rechargeable USB. I really like, guys. I think that's phenomenal. How many times back in the day did you buy a vape and have it like last bit of nug in there, that last bit of juice and no power? That was always the bummer. I know this is not a new thing. We got some stuff going on, but yeah, guys, this is a French toast. I believe Lonnie had some of this too. It's pretty good, guys. This was at $1.5 at freaking gram sale, so I loaded up, got some. But they do also have a wide range of vapes, so guys. I would recommend the HVGVC or whatever it is. Auto is good. If that's your thing, a lot of flavors, a lot of stuff, guys. All right, so it is True Crime Thursday, guys, and I'm going to call it. Here we go. Right, guys, we are looking at Tombstone. We're talking the OK Corral, guys. We're talking Wyatt Earp. We're talking Doc Holliday. We're talking all of the above, guys. This was a freaking crazy event that took place. Oops, there we go. There we go. In our very own Arizona, guys. Took place in Tombstone, Arizona, not too far from here. And just really edged in history, guys. This was the point where the scales were tipped, if you will. The outlaw, guys. So it went from the Wild West. And after this incident happened, it really changed things. Law and order started coming in. Just didn't have shootouts all day, every day now. Stuff. Hey, Russ, buddy, how you doing? Already 20. Thanks for all the love. 120 thumbs? That's a lot of thumbs, guys. Man. Hey, make sure you guys are saying something. Don't be a stranger. All right, so this was a pivotal point in American history. The OK Corral. This is what really changed, if you will, guys. So we're talking the real deal. We're not talking Val Kilmer and Kurt Russell. We're talking the real deal here, guys. If I get this picture up. All right, so Wyatt Earp. That's actually Wyatt Earp, guys. Look at him, all handsome. He needs to trim his mustache. Definitely needs to trim his mustache. And then another suspect, guys. These are another people we're looking at. I consider suspects, right? Our other suspect is Doc Holliday, guys. This is Doc Holliday in all his glory. He was a good guy, wasn't he? He was, for back then, I definitely think he was a good-looking guy. Oh, man. So these are the two main suspects, guys, and we're going to get into the deep dive. As we saw with our friend Aurora Hayes, this had a lot to do with the Cowboys being ranchers. We're going to get into that. I actually went out. I'm waiting for it to upload. That's why I'm how much to all the much love to all the new folks. Yeah, definitely, guys. Yeah, keep going, guys. I'm actually going to do an path here next week. Where I'm at. I'm waiting for it to upload. That's why I keep dragging it out, guys. I'm waiting for it to upload right now. I actually went out and did a video. Cooking videos taking forever. I think we're gonna get the other one done before this one, guys. All right, so yeah, I went out to Fort Bill. Is here in Kingman. I couldn't make it to the OK Corral. I really wanted to, but I just learned that today was the anniversary. You know what? That's going to be on my list. That's going to be on my list, guys. In January, I plan on doing a lot of traveling once the weather kind of warms up a little bit. It just barely cooled down. But I want to go to like Tombstone. I'm going to go do the Billy the Kid Trail. That's super important to me. It's on my bucket list. Young Guns, baby. All right, guys, it's processing, and we'll get to this Tombstone video here in a second. But yeah, so those are my plans for probably February, March. I plan on running out to New Mexico. Hey, Lee, how you doing? Nice to see you, Lee. I'm glad that you came back. Nice to see you. We're talking Tombstone. We're going to do the deep dive here in a minute. I'm just waiting for it to finish processing the video. We're talking the deep dive. We're talking Wyatt Earp, Doc Holliday. Were they criminals? Were they actually, because this is True Crime Thursday. So let's talk about that, guys. Did these guys act outside the law? You got to think about it. It was the Wild West, but they were sworn lawmen. And they roll into town. And we're going to get in all that in a couple minutes, but in the deep dive, guys. But that's what I'm looking at. And so, so that's on my bucket list for February and March and April of next year, guys, is I want to get down to Tombstone. They have a lot of ghost stuff down there, too. That would be really great. I want to get over to the New Mexico, the Billy the Kid Trail. That's huge on my list. Tonight is the last night for the haunt. Tonight's the last night? Why? Why would they do that? So yeah, that's some of the things I want to do. Also, I really, I'm going to do a lot of traveling, flying, do some train trips. And the one I want to go, guys, I don't know if I can get it this year or next year. It's going to be Gettysburg. Gettysburg to do a paranormal investigation. Woo, man. That's going to be really, really good. Yeah, I saw it. I thought it was good for today, Friday, and Saturday, but I could be wrong. I'll have to look. Maybe I just misread it. I glance when I read. All right, guys. So we just got a couple more minutes. I'm waiting for this stupid thing to process. Man, taking forever to process. Yeah, so I went out to Fort Bill. I figured this was, if you guys don't know about Fort Bill, this is a spot here in Kingman, Arizona. It's where Fort Bill used to be back in Civil War. Is that what it was? Civil War days? There's a spring down there where they would water their horses and bathe and do all the things that cowboys do. So I went down there, had to catch the show. My wife was friends with Wyatt Earp. Nice. How awesome is that? Oh, man. Yeah, we're going to do a deep dive of this video. We'll ever freaking finish loading here, guys. This is processing. Finish it up. Should be done any second. Yeah, so I went out to Fort Bill, did the video from out there. I think it turned out pretty good. Explored a little bit, did a whole nother video from out there, guys. And so, yeah, these are the type of adventures we're going to be going on. Off the Beaten Path. That's the show. This will be Sundays from here on out, guys, probably about 10 a.m. I'm going to try to pump them out every week. We have from the Avengers Station in Las Vegas. I have the Christmas Story House from Cleveland. I got the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame from Cleveland, guys. I got this submarine from Cleveland. We got a lot of videos we're going to be dropping. I was waiting to get about 8 of them up, and we have about that now, guys. We also visit old mines. You scared me, Chantel, scared me to death, as my grandpa used to say, scared me to death. So my grandpa Edgar, peace. He would say, "Shut up, kid." So those are some of the good things, guys. And we still got to do the mansion, the Wallapai Mansion. We got so much stuff to do, guys. If you're tuning into the channel for the first time, guys, this is like an everyday thing. We go live 2 times a day, sometimes 3. We do shows. We got all sorts of stuff. Eric, what's up, buddy? What's up? How's it going? All right, guys. So we got this. Let's see if we can get this rolling now. All right. All right, guys. So this is the video that we're going to deep dive into Wyatt Earp. I wanted to call him Val Kilmer, Doc Holliday. And we're going to see the true crime aspect, guys. Were they in their legal rights? Were they wrong? Should they be in jail? They got arrested, but they beat the charges. So let's see, guys. Here we go. All right. 5, 4, 3, 2, and hey, what's up, guys? It's Brian, and we are back. Off the Beaten Path, guys. We are looking at a stoner's guide to history. I am out and about, and no, I didn't make it to Tombstone, Arizona, guys. I really wanted to. It's a far drive. I didn't realize today was the anniversary till today. So I did the next best thing, guys. I went off the beaten path, and I am here at Fort Bill Springs in Kingman, Arizona. We're going to do a little adventure, guys. This is going to be for a future episode, but I needed to get in the mood. It's the OK Corral we're talking about today, guys. We're talking about Wyatt Earp. We're talking about Doc Holliday. We're talking about Ringo, guys. We're talking about the Cowboys, the Red Sash Cowboys. We're getting into it, guys. Today is the day that it happened in history, guys. And I'm excited. We're going to get into it. We're going to do a true crime deep dive, guys, because a crime happened. 3 people were murdered. Was it self-defense? Was it in cold blood? What happened, guys? Did Doc Holliday just go on a murder spree? Was he a serial killer? We're going to find all this out, guys, on today's True Crime Thursday. The OK Corral on the anniversary of the date, guys. But to understand this, we need to get into it. We need to do the deep dive, guys. We need to learn everything we can about it, guys. High Noon and Havoc, guys. Unraveling the true crime of the shootout at the OK Corral. Now, we all know the basics, guys. We all know the Earps and Doc Holliday. They rolled into Tombstone with a mission, guys. They rolled in there, and the Cowboys were looking for them. They were looking for each other, and they found each other, guys. One fun fact that I really like in this is that the shootout only lasted 30 seconds. But in that 30 seconds, guys, 30 bullets were shot. Pow, 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 pow. That's right, guys. 30 bullets were shot in 30 seconds from all different angles. It's a wonder that only 3 people died, guys. But what we got to get, if we're going to do a real true crime case, guys, we got to deep dive. We got to go back to the very beginning, guys. Let's do the introduction and we'll get into it, guys. All right. Howdy, partners and fellow cannabis enthusiasts. That's right, guys. And lovers of the Wild West, grab your favorite strain, roll one up, and join us for a smoke-filled journey back in time as we delve into a True Crime Thursday, a stoner's guide to Tombstone Shootout, guys, today in history. All right. Back in time as we deep dive into one of the most legendary showdowns in American history, guys. The shootout at the OK Corral. Get ready to learn about the crimes, the tension, and the dramatic events that took place, guys, that led up to that faithful day in Tombstone. Many years ago today, guys. It's a wild ride that's going to be both educational and a hootin' good time. A hootin' good time, guys. That's right. First, we got to go back, guys, to the late 19th century. You got to think of what the Wild West was at this time. It was a powder keg, guys. It was ready to blow at any second. The Wild West, lawlessness had run too long, and people started coming through with culture, with class, and they needed to be protected. They needed civilization, guys, and the Wild West was anything but civilized. So that's right where you're at about this time, guys. Something had to be done. In the late 19th century, the small town of Tombstone was the hot spot of lawlessness. A rich silver strike brought in hordes of prospectors and troublemakers. In this rough and rowdy atmosphere, tensions between different factions reached a boiling point, setting the stage for the legendary Shootout. That's right, guys. You got to think, you have the people who are coming into Tombstone who want to make an honest living. And then you got these scumbags who want to rob people. Yeah, they had scumbags back then, just like we have scumbags now. Guys who don't want to work. Guys who just want to live off the fat of the others, guys. And so that's kind of where you're at. You have a whole new influx of families, people trying to make their name, make their money. Wyatt Earp, for chance, he rolled into Tombstone to open up a gambling house. He didn't want to be a lawman anymore. He wanted to be a normal guy, and Tombstone was his spot that he chose, and his family as well. So let's meet the players, guys. We already talked about Doc Holliday, Wyatt Earp. We know a lot of them already, guys, but let's meet the players. On one side of this true crime, you've got the lawmen. You got Wyatt Earp. You got his brother Virgil and Morgan. And the infamous dentist slash gambler slash gunslinger, the infamous, famous even, Doc Holliday, guys. On the other side, you got a group of cowboys led by the McLaren brothers. Woo! That's right. They had some money. They had power backing them, guys. And then you had Frank and Tom that were equally as notorious as Clayton. So you had all three of the brothers, guys. And then you had Ringo. Let's not forget Ringo. He wasn't part of the brothers, but he was a part of that Cowboys gang, and he was the fireman, man. He was the steel slinger, if you will, in that, guys. All right. So, what led up to the showdown, guys? The conflict simmered for months. A powder keg ready to blow. Disagreements, disputes, and allegations of cattle rustling, stagecoach robbery plagued the town. The Earps, determined to maintain law and order, butted heads with the Cowboys, who saw themselves as independent ranchers. So back then, guys, you got to think, you owned a lot of land. You owned like all this land back here. And what happens? You have to maintain that land. So you hire a bunch of guys to come through, and they're your security force. Before security was security. But they think they own the place because you own the place. So a lot of lawlessness goes by, them robbing people who happen to come on your land, doing unthinkable acts, guys. This is the Wild West. You guys know what happened. So with all this happening, the Cowboys did not want to listen to the Earps. The Earps rolled in. They saw how lawlessness it was, and they decided that they were going to take matters in their own hands. The only way you could clean it up is to get in there, get your hands dirty, and do your thing. The Cowboys had ran long enough. All right, so that day of reckoning, guys, things had boiled up to a point, man. It was a powder keg. It was ready to go. They were just looking. Have you ever been in an argument with someone and you guys haven't seen each other in a few weeks, and you know the second you see each other, whether it's in a store, it's in the mall, it's in a car and parking, that you're going to have words. Things are going to happen. That's where we were at this point, guys. We were right there waiting for it to happen. So the day of reckoning, today, guys, back in 1881, over 100 years ago. Yes, over 100 years ago. Is the day of reckoning, guys. A long anticipated moment. October 26, 1881, guys, as the Earps accompanied Doc Holliday, accompanied by Doc Holliday. He rolled with them, man. He's like, you guys are getting in a fight, I'm rolling with you guys. So Doc Holliday's there. And they confronted the McLaren brothers, like Clayton near the OK Corral. As you guys can see, it's not as big as you would think, the OK Corral. Shots were fired, guys, within that initial, for like I said, they were waiting for each other. They didn't care. They knew what was going down, guys. Shots were fired, and the 30-second showdown. That's right, guys, like we said before. 30 seconds, and it was over. 30 seconds, 30 bullets, 30 shots, 3 men dead. That's how it went down, guys. And it became a defining moment in American history. So now you can say that the Earps were looking for trouble. You could say the Cowboys were looking for trouble. Or were they both looking for trouble, guys? You could probably say the same about both. So now we get into the true crime part of it, guys. The Earps versus the Cowboys. Who was in the right? Who was in the wrong? On the, the law side, guys. And now you had Wyatt Earp, who was a sworn lawman. So did he break his oath by coming in there guns a-blazing, or was it just that part of the job there? We're going to get into it, guys. All right. So the aftermath and the controversy. So you had 30 seconds, 30 gunshots rang through, guys. Pow, pow, pow. That's right. It just goes down. 3 cowboys laid dead. In the aftermath of the gunfight, things didn't quite settle down. Legal battles, vendettas, and more violence ensued. The shootout had left its mark and continued to fuel the legends of the West. And at one point, guys, Wyatt Earp and them, they were arrested. They were arrested for murders of these 3 cowboys. They ended up going to trial, and the court found them not guilty due to self-defense. Now, their story was they rolled into town. They were confronted by the Cowboys. And then they followed through. Cowboys threatened them. Guns were pulled. Bang, bang, bang. Next thing you know, 3 dead cowboys. They didn't want to mess with us. Now, the Cowboy story is a little different. The Cowboy story is they rolled in. Earps confronted them and told them to beat it. And they said, no, we're not beating it. Boom, guns were drawn. Boom, boom, boom. 3 cowboys were dead. So now the true crime aspect of this comes through. Who was in the right? Who was in the wrong on that, guys? I think legally speaking, we all know cops are corrupt. I've never met a non-corrupt cop in my life. That's right, I said cops. That just means corruption. So I'm going to say, laws were different back then. Self-defense, you were a lawman. I don't think you had the union coming after you or things like that. You didn't have civil liberties. So I'm going to say with the laws at that time, I think the Sheriff Earp and all his boys were in the right, guys. I don't think they were wrong. I think they did what they had to do. And I think, hearing noises. Werewolf, I think. Oh, watch out, guys. Maybe it's Wyatt Earp coming to get me next, guys. So I think they were in the right. I think legally, at the time, at the place, I don't think you can say too much about it, too much bad about it. But let's go on, guys. The legend still lives on. Over time, the shootout at the OK Corral became a symbol of the Wild West lawlessness, the harsh reality and frontier justice. It's a story of good guys versus bad guys and blurry lines. Perfect for an evening consultation with a joint, guys. That's right. Break it down. Smoke a big fatty and see what you guys can come up with on this, guys. It really changed the Wild West at this time. It really was something different, guys. This is when the law and order started coming through. Before this, there was no law. It was all lawlessness, just wildness, bang, 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 you guys know. And then this is what really kind of set the stage for sheriffs, for courts, for law enforcement. This was the end of the Wild West, guys. This was the beginning of the end. And, a bunch of dogs down there. I was like, what the heck? Thought they were chupacabras. So that was the kind of the beginning of the end, guys. People had to answer. People would then have to answer for, crimes and stuff. Yeah, and it wasn't as widespread. The world became a little smaller on that day in Tombstone, guys. So my final thoughts, guys, as we conclude our smoky journey through the history of the Shootout and the OK Corral, one thing is clear, guys. The Wild West was a place of contradictions. That is 100% true. Chaos and compelling tales. It's a story that offers insights into the era, guys. I mean, this is like then. You can't get any more then than right there, guys. This is the Old West. The people who lived it and the enduring fascination with the American frontier. So light one up, guys. Ponder the mysteries of the Wild West, and let's tip our hats to the legends that still linger in the ghostly winds of Tombstone, guys. Yeah, we got to know our past so we're not doomed to repeat it, guys. Sometimes you do got to stand up for what's right, and sometimes it comes down to a bloody mess. Can you get into it now? Probably not. You're probably going to prison. But you do got to stand up for what's right, guys. We dove into the deep dive of true crime of, Doc Holliday. We got to dive deep into Doc Holliday one day by himself, guys. This was just about the shootout at the OK Corral. I can just imagine walking up in a haze of smoke, guys. You're sitting there, you're smoking a big fatty, you're sitting in front of the saloon. And all of a sudden, you see the Earp brothers and Doc Holliday all sleazy, walking around all crazy. You see the cowboys. There's some words that be said, and boom, boom, boom. Can you imagine if that happened in today's world? You're just smoking a joint in front of AM, PM. And next thing you know, there's a giant shootout. Hey, if you lived in the 90s, you probably had that happen. But anyway, guys, I'm going to give a not guilty verdict to the Earp brothers and Doc Holliday. I believe they were acting in their frame of the law. So this true crime is solved, guys. Not guilty. The cowboys were the problem, not the Earp brothers. That's my verdict, guys. And yeah, that's how we're going to get down on this True Crime Thursday. All right, guys, I hope you enjoyed this. I'm going to head back into the studio to finish this up, guys. But hey, remember, the OK Corral today, guys. Go out, fire off some fireworks, do some stuff, have a good time, guys. Celebrate the fact that law stood against those nasty cowboys, guys. And law is a very loosely worded word in this, guys. So, next time, guys, make sure you join us. I'm going to be, this weekend, guys, I'll be posting the video from right back here, guys. That's right, Beale Street Springs. We're going to get into an adventure. I'm excited, guys. We'll be back right after this. Boom, we are back, guys. And man, I'm just reading the chat while that was going on. You guys rock, man. You're taking care of each other in the freaking community. You're doing all sorts of good stuff, man. Hats off to you guys, man. We have such a great community. No one hates on each other. We've never had any drama. We've never had to pull a tombstone and start shooting it out, guys. We have freaking the greatest community, and my pretend hat is off to you guys. All right, we got one more segment, and then I'm going to bounce out of here, guys. We got Chef Bud Smoke, who's making a special steak. Oh, a tombstone steak, guys. This thing looks pretty fire. It's got all the freaking spices and kick. It's an homage to the Tombstone Shootout, guys. And you know how we love Chef Bud Smoke. Let's get into this, and we'll be right back.
Howdy, partners. This is Chef Bud Smoke coming to you from the heart of the Wild Wild West. Now, when you think of the Wild West, what comes to mind? Tumbleweeds, saloons, and of course, the infamous shootout at the OK Corral. Picture this: a dusty town, tension in the air, gunslingers ready to face off. But instead of bullets, we're dealing with spices and flavors. That's the thrill I feel every time I step into the kitchen, ready to create a new dish. It's a culinary showdown, my friends, where only the tastiest survive. Speaking of showdowns, our sponsor today, the Healing Center of Needles, knows a thing or two about excitement and dedication. They bring the same passion to their services right there on Needles Highway as I bring to my cooking. Now, just like our gunslingers at the OK Corral, we're about to dive into a culinary showdown. So buckle up and get ready for a wild ride. Before any good showdown, you need to gather your arsenal. In our case, that's our ingredients. In the spirit of the legendary OK Corral Shootout, let's round up the good stuff. First, we have the trusty sidearms. A couple of ripe tomatoes and a bold onion. They're the backbone of any good recipe, just like a reliable six-shooter in a gunfight. Next, we have the dynamite. A few cloves of garlic and a dash of chili flakes. They pack a punch and bring the heat, just like that explosive element in a Wild West showdown. Then we've got the secret weapon, a pinch of smoked paprika. It's the unexpected twist, the hidden ace, the thing that makes all the difference. And of course, we have the stars of the show, a hearty cut of beef and some fresh bell peppers. They're the main event, the ones that carry the day. Our sponsor, the Healing Center of Needles, and thedailydank.com, have generously provided these top-notch ingredients. All right, now that we've got our arsenal ready, let's prepare for the showdown. Just like our gunslingers, we've got our tools ready. Now it's time for the showdown. My friends, we've come to the main event, the cooking showdown. We're not just slinging bullets today, we're slinging flavors. The recipe we're preparing is a Wild West-inspired dish, a sizzling cowboy steak with a side of hearty beans. We start by seasoning our steak. Think of this as our opening salvo, the first shots fired. We're using a blend of salt, pepper, garlic, and a secret ingredient, a dash of smoked paprika. Rub it in good, let every grain of spice penetrate the meat, just like how every bullet found its mark on that fateful day at the OK Corral. While the steak is marinating, let's turn our attention to the beans. In every battle, there's a lull, a moment of quiet before the storm. Our beans are that calm. Slow cooked with onions, garlic, and a touch of molasses, they bring a sweet respite to the heat of our main star, the steak. Now back to our steak, it's time for the final showdown. A hot cast iron skillet is our battleground. Sear the steak on both sides, each sizzle echoing the gunshots from the past. The aroma fills the air, just as tension filled the streets during the shootout. This wouldn't be possible without the support of our sponsors. The Healing Center of Needles, located at 1400 Needles Highway, provides us with the freshest ingredients. And thedailydank.com, where you can find more of my recipes and other culinary inspirations. Cooking is a lot like a showdown. It's all about precision, timing, and a whole lot of courage. Whether you're facing down an opponent or a sizzling steak, the principles remain the same. And there you have it, folks. A dish that's sure to win any culinary shootout. Just like the OK Corral, it's been a wild ride. Until next time, this is Chef Bud Smoke, signing off. Well, partners, that's all the time we have for today. I'm Chef Bud Smoke, and I've had a blast cooking with you. Don't forget to visit our sponsor, thedailydank.com, for more culinary adventures. Remember, cooking is all about having fun and trying new things. So keep your culinary guns blazing. Until next time, this is Chef Bud Smoke, saying adios.
It was a clear black night. Lonnie was on the prowl. He had his guns down, and he was looking to growl. Oh, one point Chef Bud Smoke didn't bring up that I found is critical in cooking an excellent steak. You have to let it rest. That's right, guys. You cook it. You get it to that right temperature. You get it a little pinker than you normally would want it. And sit. You let it sit for at least 5-10 minutes. And then you go at it, guys. That resting will let that meat just freaking tenderize. The juices go. It will continue to cook a little bit. And, man, that's where you really want to go. So that's one thing Chef Bud Smoke left out, guys. Make sure you rest your meat. That's right. All right, guys. I'm going to go try to find a way out of these back rooms, guys. Hopefully I don't run into Val Kilmer and have to get into a shootout, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed this. If you did, let's see if we can get over 100 likes, guys. Let's blow up those likes, blow up those comments. Make sure you're subscribing. Big thank you and a big welcome to all the new subscribers. I think we had like 20 of them in the last few days. So big shout out to everyone who's on here. Hey, if you're not subscribed, hit that subscribe button. You're going to like it. We give away prizes. Oh, real quick before I wrap it up, tomorrow, guys, Baked and Unboxed, Halloween edition. Woo! We'll probably do another one on actual Halloween, but we are doing a hashtag Halloween, guys. We got Halloween autographs. We got a Strode Realty Stein from Laurie Strode from Halloween, guys. We got a whole bunch of different Halloween gimmicks, and it's a really cool prize. You're going to be happy with it. And we're going to do 2 appetizers to start off with, guys. That's right. We do 2 little giveaways, and then we get crazy. So make sure you tune it in, guys, on Friday, tomorrow. Baked and Unboxed at 4:20. Give away the farm. All right, guys, we appreciate you. We got 120 likes. Oh, my goodness gracious. You guys freaking rock, man. I love the way the community is. Get in this community, guys. It's one of the best ones out there. No drama. We're all having fun. All right, guys. Keeping it like it needs to be kept. That's right. All right, guys. Appreciate you. I'm going to get out of here, and I will see you tomorrow at 7:10 a.m., guys. Fantastic Friday. You know, we get crazy in the morning show, and then Baked and Unboxed at 4:20. Make sure you're tuning in. All right, guys. I appreciate you, and I will see you at 7:10 a.m. Have a good day, guys.
Thank you for joining us on the It's 420 Somewhere podcast. Broadcasting worldwide and brought to you by thedailydank.com. Check out our merchandise and amazing content. And follow us on all our social media. Now, you don't have to go home, but you can't stay here.
We'll see you guys. Appreciate you.